Thanks, Riaz. Good morning. It is 6:30, and that is where we begin. Bargaining between the teachers and the government continued through the night, but we still don't know if they're any closer to a deal this morning. Greg Harper joins us live now from BCTF headquarters in Vancouver with the latest. Greg?
Good morning, Jody. The BCTF and government negotiators were at the bargaining table all weekend negotiating at a hotel in downtown Vancouver. Was any progress made, though? We might find that out shortly, as Education Minister Peter Fassbender will be speaking with us in under 10 minutes from now in our studio. What we do know is there is no deal in place, at least not yet. That means a full-scale strike by our public school teachers is scheduled to start tomorrow, Tuesday morning. There's also no school today, as teachers are participating in what their union is calling a study session as they review the latest proposal from their union. This has been a very tough labor dispute for many, many families. This family says it's ready for whatever the outcome may be.
We're not sure either way, but we're prepared to either look after our kids ourselves or put them back into school.
Yeah.
Just want it to be over one way or the other soon enough.
We'd like to be optimistic that something good's going to happen, and the kids actually, I would like it if the kids could go back to school.
And again, we will hear from Education Minister Peter Fassbender in just under 10 minutes from now as this labor dispute continues. Jody?
All right, thanks very much. Greg Harper reporting this morning from BCTF headquarters. We'll talk to you in 30 minutes' time. More labor chaos at Port Metro Vancouver has been averted for now. There was chatter over the weekend about another potential truckers' strike. Drivers threatened to pull services if they don't get rate hikes agreed to earlier this year. They're holding off for now as the province investigates companies that aren't paying up. Union and non-union truckers caused a virtual shutdown of the port before an agreement was reached in March. Tugboat workers have also agreed not to strike. Longshore workers who help ships and tankers dock have accepted binding arbitration with employer Seaspan. The decision comes after a 100% strike vote. Tugboat captains and engineers, part of a separate union, had already agreed to mediation. More than 400 tug workers have been operating without contracts since October. Parents are being warned not to leave their children unattended near water after tragedy almost struck a family in Tsawwassen. A 5-year-old girl is recovering at BC Children's Hospital after falling into a swimming pool at a family gathering yesterday afternoon. Paramedics say she was underwater for less than a minute before being pulled to safety. Her parents reportedly performed mouth-to-mouth resuscitation until paramedics arrived. The girl is expected to make a full recovery. One person is dead after a devastating accident in Richmond. 3 cars crashed at around 12:30 yesterday afternoon on Steveston Highway, not far from number 3 Road. The driver of one vehicle was pronounced dead on scene. 2 other people were taken to hospital with minor injuries. All potential causes are being investigated, but at least initially, speed and alcohol do not appear to be factors. With a deadline of tomorrow, we're awaiting word from Ottawa on the Northern Gateway project. But some opponents are ready to escalate their fight against the plan. The Dogwood Initiative is planning a petition campaign to force a BC referendum on the oil pipeline. It's the same process that helped overturn the province's harmonized sales tax. Organizers cite public opinion polls that suggest a majority of British Columbians, are against Enbridge's plan.
For us, this is a question of democracy. How do you build a pipeline through a province where 2/3 of voters have already said no?
If Elections BC approved a petition campaign, it would have 90 days to get 10% support from registered voters in every BC riding to force a referendum.